સંધાન ઓલ ગુજરાત ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ ક્લાસરૂમ
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
A very good morning to all my students. I welcome you all to the CC class. Today, first of all, a very happy new year to all my students as we are entering into the first month of the year 2013. So, again, a very happy new year to all of you present in my classroom. Okay. So, today's topic for discussion is summarizing and note making. You can have a look at the slide. Again, I'll repeat, summarizing and note making skills. I am Mrs. Shilpa Dharmadhikari from the MS University of Baroda. First of all, the very thing about language learning. The four basic elements of language learning are listening, speaking, reading and writing. The basic skill that as a child that we first learn is listening to. Then as you grow up you take on the other skills of speaking, and as you enter your school and your pre-primary sections you get into the mode of reading, and then last acquired skill is of writing. So when we are focusing about the topic summarizing, that is summarizing skills, you are focusing about the writing skills. So as we know, what is summarizing? You can have a look at the slide. What is summarizing? A summary conveys the main idea of a body of work in an abbreviated version of the original. That is, you can say you are conveying and restating the main ideas of what you have read about. So basically, summarizing here means the very second act that comes on with the reading. It is the condensed version of understanding. As you're going through the summarizing skill process, you are there to convey what you have understood. It is again the comprehension that becomes important in the process of summarizing. Basically, what you have understood after the reading of a particular article or a particular passage, the comprehension becomes important. Now, as we said that it is a condensed version of understanding and to comprehend, it can go side by side. As you understand the things, you will analyze the things on your own, and that becomes your comprehension. Summarizing can be done for fictional or non-fictional writing as well. When you are dealing some kind of a fictional work, if you are writing a summary for a passage or a story or basically an article from a newspaper, you are doing it for the fictional purpose. And for the non-fictional writing, the very analysis of the articles from the for business correspondence. See, we know communication is highly persuasive. It can be from business communication also. So when we say for non-fictional writing, you are dealing here with the business correspondence or the business communication as well. See, it is said that executives working in the offices, they spend almost about practically 70% of their time in reading the written material. So you have to assimilate the reading skills that are involved. That is going to help us for our summarizing processes. Now, as I have mentioned, what is the key towards summarizing? So we need to take into account that key towards summarizing is the active reading skills. Now when I say active reading skills, instantly one gets the approach that reading is an active process. You are going into the process of interpreting, analyzing, and then understanding. So it is a lot of work as from the point of view of a student. So there is a series of steps that is involved in the process of reading and understanding and comprehension. So what are, as I said, the processes that goes on in the reading techniques? Again, the reading speed. What is the rate at which you are reading? Then the comprehension, the efficiency in which you read. Now, efficiency in this point, you will come across the pronunciation skills that we give emphasis on when you are speaking. But when you are reading, you understand the script of what you are reading too. The basic formation of the words, the sentences, the phrases, and then paragraph as a whole. And that is going to help you in your retention, for your memory building. So the very basics of reading any material are the two processes called as the skimming and scanning. So what is skimming? Skimming is reading for the main idea or getting the gist from what you are reading to. See, basically again when I say it is 3 to 4 times faster than normal reading. Basically we have the 2 points that we are into when we are reading, the reading speed we take into careful reading and rapid reading. Okay, so careful reading is the slowest kind of reading that will again be the fastest version will be skimming and scanning. So when you are reading something very, very carefully and picking out the minute details, it is approximately that the person will read between 50 to 300 words per minute. So that is for better understanding. Careful reading will help. Now when I say rapid reading, you are reading again for the speed increases and you are reading for comprehension. Okay, now when I say skimming is a kind of reading which is fast than careful reading, in which you get the main idea or the gist of the material with which you are reading with. Okay, it is 3 to 4 times faster than normal reading. Scanning is you read for particular contents. You are basically there to grab the main points which you need to evaluate. Just take an example. You are reading through a dictionary. You need to find the meaning of a particular word. Do we read the whole dictionary? No, never. What we do is we go directly to the particular word which we want to read or which we want to get the meaning of. So in this process, you first skim and then you scan. If I want to know the meaning of the word request, I am skimming the pages of the dictionary to the alphabet R, that is the sound is R, and then I scan my word request and then I get the meaning. So this process of reading is skimming and scanning. Now how do we separate these two processes? No, we cannot separate skimming and scanning completely. Once you have scanned, you can skim the document again. It is a process that goes on together. You cannot completely distract each step. You cannot omit the steps. So skimming and scanning are important to improve your efficient reading techniques. Okay. Now again, when I say comprehension is extremely important, because you are there to again understand what we have read about. Again, when I say skimming and scanning, again one more important step or the technique you have is the technique of regression. See, when you're reading any kind of material, your eyes are moving from left to right. It is in constant motion. You are there to pick up the words. So what is happening? You either skip some words or you just jump from pages. So this is the process of reading effectively. Again, we have 4 types of reading types. Educationalist Donald Hall has given us the 4 kinds of reading. He says we basically read for increasing our knowledge. So it is that we read to get information, you read to get ideas, you read to engage yourself, and you read to escape from the routines of your life. So what we are saying about here is how to read effectively to bring about the exact summarization and to get the complete meaning from what we are reading about. Now, here we take that what are the effective guidelines to read effectively and how to write a summary. Now, as students, you might have, there are many situations when you need to write a summary either of a passage or a particular article. You are there to analyze and interpret it in your own words. So what is when a teacher gives you a passage? What is your duty as a student or as a quick learner or an efficient learner that you need to undergo the processes of summarization? That is how to write a summary. Basically, first get hold of what you are reading about. What is the particular passage that you need to read? So first, we read the material completely. Okay. Again, 2 readings of the passage may be required. See, as we said, the first reading is always fast. Okay, whenever you come across a typical passage, the first reading will be rapid reading because you are there to grab the ideas. You are there to pay attention to what you are reading about. Again, when I say language learning, the content of what you are reading about, the language needs to be understood by the student. So read the material once, twice, even thrice. Distinguish the main idea from the details. Now when you have the steps, you follow the step 1, that is of the rapid reading, you go on to the second step, that is the careful reading. That is, again I say, you will read step by step. That is because you are entering into the process of comprehension, interpreting and analyzing about what you have read about. Okay, now when you see you enter any even if you're entering in a cinema hall, it is written that switch off your mobile phones. You are there. Take an example, you are going to meet your doctor. The notice to switch off your mobile phone is written there on the entrance of the cabin. You read it properly, and what is happening, you understand it and you comprehend it in your actions. So you immediately switch off your mobile phones. The same way in summarization, when we had distinguishing the main ideas and the details from what we have read about. Now as you go on reading, you as a student, I want you all to underline or highlight the main points or the new words that you come across with. See, a language is a huge den of new vocabulary. There are many words which will be new to you. So you need to underline or highlight with a sketch pen or a marker or the words which you do not understand. So you go back to the dictionary and find the meaning of it. Okay, so underline or highlight the main points. 2 readings of the paragraphs are important. List the main ideas in mind map form. So what is a mind map? A mind map will be a visual transcription of whatever you have comprehended in your mind. So that main ideas, the mind map form must somewhere be ready in your mind. Either you can note down on the paper as well. Now group the main ideas into logical categories. So what are the logical categories? They are first the opening, the evolution and development, so conclusion and illustrations. Now when I say opening, when you read the topic, see every article or every passage will have some kind of a title to it. So immediately with the title you understand maybe what you will be reading about. So the opening sections of any summary must coincide with the main idea of the summary or of the passage. Okay? The evolution and development will come under your own understanding and comprehension, what you as an individual have read about and what you as an individual have understood. What are your ideas and your opinions about that particular article? Now as you conclude your summary of the passage, you can again come up with your own ideas that will also coincide with the conclusions of the ideas of the writer even. Again, to specify or to make your understanding more properly, you can also use illustrations. Always add a topic sentence. It is extremely important. Turn the main ideas into sentences and combine them into paragraphs. Now again here I say reinforcing the main points using examples. The different ways of giving examples is going to help us to understand the theme effectively. Okay?